When you feel everything, you receive everything. Hi, my beautiful angels. I hope you all are having such an amazing day. I know I keep starting my videos off like this, but I really do hope you're having such a beautiful day and doing so good. What wants to come through today so much, I just saw this reminder on my notes app on my phone that I wrote down the other day, and it's when you feel everything, you receive everything. Can you allow yourself to start feeling everything? Start feeling your emotions. And it's also like, I know I kind of brought up yesterday, like if you're like eating your feelings or just like constantly consuming more and more and more, you're not allowing yourself to feel. And I know that this might be triggering to some of you guys, and I'm really sorry if it is, but I want to help break down this stamina, if you will, and just let you know that I heard something yesterday that was like, if you just allow yourself to feel, that feeling is not going to come up again. Like, you need to feel it until you don't feel it anymore. Like, allow yourself to feel a feeling until you don't feel it anymore, because the more you just keep eating your feelings away, the feelings are coming back stronger and stronger. And in this school that I'm in right now, I go to school at IIN, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and it talks about like grief and how this one woman was really struggling with grief, of course, and it was coming in waves, and like she wasn't allowing herself to feel. She was just eating all of her feelings away, and she ended up gaining so much weight because she was just eating, wanting the feelings to go away. And when she finally allowed herself to look at her plate, like, it's also like this lecture that I just listened to in school, it talks about how the world is on your plate. So what you're eating, what you're consuming says a ton about you, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So when you're about to eat or consume something, take a pause and say, what does this say about me? Because the lady, they were saying she had enough food on her plate, like she had like 3 plates full of food for, like, could feed a football team basically, that she was about to consume. And she paused and she just realized, like, became aware that she actually hadn't eaten anything, hadn't tasted food in months, because she was just like constantly inhaling things, wanting the feelings to go away. And when she finally paused and allowed herself to feel, she said that she felt a little bit worse, but better. And I'm just here to remind you guys to keep feeling your feelings and keep allowing this open space, allowing everything to come up, because this also came up for me last night, and I wrote this down to share with you guys. Everything is coming up to get out of you. And I am just so excited for you, because I know for myself, I had a lot of feelings coming up recently, lots of triggers that were coming up, and I wanted to just shut down. But I'm so glad that they came up, because now I'm past them. Like, I'll just give you guys exactly what was happening, but like, I always had this feeling that I was different, or I was separate from other people. And I remembered last night that this feeling really came up when I was around my fiance and some of his friends. And it was like, I noticed that I was feeling really judgmental towards myself, and almost like this shame of like, oh, I'm different from them, and like there's something wrong with me, and like there's something that I just don't have that they have. And I used to always feel this way around other people, and I think it's just a really deep root, because I was very bullied growing up, and I just always felt like there was something wrong with me. There was something that just like was broken in me that I just didn't get, and I came to just accept that, and I was like, this is just always how I'm gonna feel. And then I realized once I left my corporate job, I really had something that I was different from other people with. And that was really, really, really coming up as I was working at new jobs and new experiences. And I was like, wow, like I have this chip on my shoulder. Like I'm different from everyone else. I'm different from my friends that have a stable job. I'm different because of the choices I've made. I'm different because of these things. And I finally realized last night that when I looked back and I reflected, like, because when I'm talking about this experience that I had, this was like basically over Christmas when I was around people that I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so separate and like so different from them. And I realized when I was around them, I actually had the corporate job. I had everything on paper that they had. Like I, quote, fit in. And I realized that that was just, that needed to come up so it could come out of me. So it could get out of me and I could set myself free. And now I'm like, I don't want to be like anybody else. I don't want to fit in. I just want to be Chloe and I don't give a fuck. And I'm sorry, excuse my French. If you don't like curse words, I'm sorry if I trigger you. I kind of have a mouth like a sailor sometimes, and my fiance does too, and it's just who I am. So I'm sorry if that comes across as offensive. But anyways, that had to come up. I had to face these experiences and these challenges where I really did feel different. I had things in me that felt different on paper. Like I was like, I left my job, you guys are judging me, and you know, like I had to face that, and I overcame it. I finally realized I don't care, like that's not me. I don't want to be put in the box, and I got myself out of the box, and I finally loved and accepted myself for the decisions that I was making for my highest good. And that is now my new foundation, not the foundation of like, oh, everyone will love and accept me if I do this thing or if I follow this rule, or, you know, like just such conditional love. Like I was giving myself conditional love. I was basically telling myself, Chloe, you're only enough if you fit in with these people. You're only enough if you make these choices just like everyone else. And it's so heartbreaking. And that's how so many of us are raised, on conditional love. Like we're loved if we get good grades. We're loved if we're popular or on the cheer team or, you know, make that varsity sport team. Like we're praised when we do good things. But when we do things for us that make sense to us and feel good for us but don't look good on paper, the outside world is like, what are you doing? What's going on here? And they tend to judge. And it's a really hard thing to learn, and I had to overcome that, and I had to get all of it out of me to become this whole new person that I am today. And now I feel so free, and I feel like there's new light codes within me that are being activated, and I'm living in alignment with my truth, with my highest good, and I'm allowing myself to feel in order to receive. Because if you just stay blocked and you stay stuck, how is God going to get through to you? How is he going to bring you the things that you deserve and that you want and that you desire if you are just like completely closed off and just like a robot and trying to be like everybody else? How are you going to get to what you actually want? And not only is it like physical with like when you feel you receive, but it's so insanely emotional and like mental. Like the things that I feel when I'm in therapy, like I am not afraid to go to my deepest, darkest fears, my deepest, darkest places. Like I have gone so deep within myself in therapy. Like I've literally had sessions where I have seen myself in a cage and like so scared, like this little baby tiny part of me. I have gone there, I have felt her, I have held her, and going that deep within myself has set myself free. Like I feel so unlimited and unstoppable, and that's what happens when we go to these deep, dark places within, we set ourselves free. So stop being afraid to feel, and stop just pushing things to the side and like pretending like you're okay and pretending like everything's fine and not truly being happy. You owe it to yourself to give yourself everything you want, and the only thing that's getting in the way of that is you, even though it's so hard to see that. But I just want you guys to know, and I don't know who this message is for, but I know that this message is for someone because it's really strong coming through me, and I just keep being reminded that you need to feel your feelings in order to receive. So, stop blocking yourself and allow these good vibrations to move through you. But this is your reminder that in order to do that, you really do have to meet yourself where you're at. And you have to come back home to yourself, and you have to nourish yourself and sit with yourself. And your inner child never leaves you. So you need to hold their hand right now. You need to talk to them, like feel them, see what's coming up, see what is triggering you. Like, is that younger part of you like scared? Is she blocked? Is she just like stuck? Because that's what happens with these inner child parts of us. They get stuck and they get blocked. And it's like, for me, for example, when I was bullied when I was growing up, I have this part of me who it's gotten way better now, but it still happens where she'll get triggered if somebody talks to me in a certain way or uses a certain tone or like makes me feel like I'm being degraded. My inner child will get triggered. And that's because when I was going through these traumatic experiences when I was growing up, my body did not know what to do because it felt so heavy that I just froze. And that little part of me got stuck, and she's still in there. And that's why in therapy, I have to go to her and I have to talk to her and I have to let her come up and tell her she's welcome here and love and accept her. Like, the answer to everything is love. The only way out is love. And anytime I do get triggered, I'm not just going to tell her like, oh, that's just that person and like that's just how they are and you have to deal with it. No, and that's like a total adult response, and that's what most people will say that you should do. But that's not helping my inner child because she is terrified. She feels like she's gonna die. She feels frozen. So I have to sit with her and say, I totally understand how you would feel this way, and that was really rude, and I love you, and it's okay, and you're safe now. You're not in the same kind of danger anymore, but I understand. Like, you have to be compassionate with yourself. And something that helps so much is Brad Yates' EFT tapping. I know I've told you guys about him a million times, but if you're really struggling with anxiety and fear and all of these emotions that might be coming up, you need to tap it out. Like, it's like when you do this, you do the EFT tapping, and then you go through all of the points. It's basically like acupuncture, but you can do it to yourself. And you're acknowledging your feelings. And you guys, it's like, even though this sounds so harsh, but like the only way out is through. So if you're over here and you're like, I want this high vibration lifestyle and like I want abundance and all of these things that we all want, we have to work through it, and you're gonna get through it day by day, step by step. But I don't think that you just snap your fingers and you're there overnight. You have to have grace with yourself, and you have to keep coming back to yourself and feel yourself and sit with yourself and be with yourself. Like, I didn't just get to the point where like I'm comfortable talking on my camera for 30 minutes overnight. Like, that did not happen overnight. When I first started my YouTube channel, I literally would wake up in the morning and like almost like sweating and being like, oh my God, like I can't believe I just posted on YouTube. Like it was such a weird feeling, and I really had to like soothe my nervous system and sit with myself and be like, it's okay, like it's normal, it's just Chloe, it's just me talking to the camera. Like I had to really like love and accept that part of myself. And still to this day, like sometimes I'll have shame come up around it and be like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like that was the old me that things would come up and I'd be like, that's so, like, I don't want them to know that I have this YouTube channel, or, you know, like I would try to hide it. And now there is no more hiding. Like I don't care, because I am in truth with myself, and I don't care who I lose anymore. I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose myself ever again. Like I am here for my soul's purpose, and I have such a deep faith and such a deep trust in knowing that if someone were to judge me for this, for being me, then then let them go. Like I will hold the door for them on the way out, because this is what feels so good to me. And it's not worth it to keep compromising yourself just to fit in with other people. You were not meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out, to be your authentic, true self. And I'm telling you guys, like, you really just have to take the space to feel everything that is coming up, and you're going to receive so much wisdom. And it's like the law of karma. Like if you're going through such a hard, heavy time right now, you are about to have a breakthrough. Like you are in the middle of a breakthrough, because you're learning so much, and it's so precious. The things that you're learning, like you can't buy that. Like it is fucking priceless. It's precious. And you just have to realize how lucky you are to be able to feel these things. And just stop going through life like a robot. Like I'm telling you, sit in meditation, journal your feelings out. Your feelings are such a gift, and your emotions are your guide. So what you are feeling is a reflection of the thoughts that you're having. So if you sit and realize that you're feeling these heavy things, you have to start redirecting your thoughts in a more productive way. And it's also like, you need to do that, but two things can be true at the same time, and there can be emotions that are so stuck in your body. So you really need to go there, like with those little parts of you, and journal them out. Scream into a pillow, take a boxing class, whatever you need to do, just get it out. Like stop being stuck, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So I love you guys so much. I really did not know what was going to come through me today, but I hope that this message helps at least one person, and I hope that you start feeling better, and I just hope you start feeling. I hope you come back home to you and just allow yourself to be fully unapologetically you, because you deserve nothing more. And yeah, I love you all so much, you don't even know. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.